6 lectures are scheduled in a week starting from Monday and ending on Sunday of the same week. Computer science is not on Tuesday or Saturday. Psychology is immediately after organizational behavior. Statistics is not on Friday and is only there's 1 day gap between statistics and research methods. 1 day prior to the schedule of economics, there is no lecture, as that day is the off day and Monday is not the off day. You're getting it? So if you see, there are 6 lectures which are to be scheduled in a week starting from Monday and ending on Sunday of the same week. So clearly we have got 7 days, Monday to Sunday, 7 days, but there are only 6 lectures. So it is obvious that one of these days is going to be a holiday or an off day, right? Which becomes very clear towards the last statement here. So we have 7 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we need to arrange these 6 lectures here. Now, points given are computer science is not on Tuesday or Saturday. So first subject here is computer science, which is not on Tuesday or Saturday. So computer science cannot come here and it cannot come here as well, right? Computer science is not on Tuesday or Saturday. So those 2 days are not meant for computer science. So just indicate that in the arrangement that you have done, so that it becomes easy to verify when you are filling up the points, right? Next point, psychology is immediately after organizational behavior. So psychology is immediately after organizational behavior. Now, like we always do, try to get a pictorial representation of these points and then fix it in the given arrangement. So psychology is immediately after organizational behavior means what? If this is organizational behavior, what follows immediately is psychology. So these two have to be together. Remember, one point says that OB and psychology have to be together, and OB will come first. OB followed by psychology. Next, statistics is not on Friday. Statistics is not on Friday. So stats would not come on Friday. And there is 1 day gap between statistics and research methods. So between statistics and research method, there have to be 1 day gap. So if you try to represent this pictorially, what do we get? Stat and let's say RM. There's 1 day gap between these 2 subjects. Now, one important point to be noted here is when you say there's 1 day gap between statistics and research methods, it could be in 2 ways. See, stats dash research method is one way of looking at it. The other way is when you swap stats and RM. Can we not swap these 2? Yes. So if you swap, what happens? It will be RM dash statistics. See, in the previous statement, when he said organizational behavior, psychology is immediately after organizational behavior, it was very clear that OB comes first followed by psychology. But here it could be either ways in this case. So it can be stat dash RM or RM dash stat. Next point, 1 day prior to the schedule of economics, there is no lecture, which means that is the off day. No lecture is nothing but off day. So 1 day prior to economics, there is no lecture. So off day is immediately before economics. 1 day prior to economics. 1 day prior to economics, there is a off day. And Monday is not the off day. So off cannot be on Monday. Monday is not the off day. So these are all the points. Now you need not look at the data again because everything has been put up in pictorial format, right? So what do we know? Monday cannot be the off day, Tuesday cannot be computer science, no data about Wednesday, Thursday, Friday cannot be statistics, Saturday cannot be computer science. Then from these 3 points here, OB has to come immediately before psychology. Stats and RM have got a gap of 1 day between these subjects, and off is immediately before economics. Now what do you want to start with? Which point shall we start with? Shall we start with the first point here, OB is immediately preceding psychology? Will that help? No, because there are multiple possibilities. You see, it can be OB psychology, OB psychology, OB psychology, because all these restrictions that have been given are with respect to off day, computer science and statistics. You see all these points that we have noted. Off cannot be on Monday, CS cannot be on Tuesday or Saturday, stats cannot be on Friday. So which means if you try to start with OB and psychology, there will be multiple cases that you would get, and you'll have to consider each one of them to be true. Only at a later point you'll figure out which is wrong. So no sense in starting with the first point. When you look at the second point, stat dash RM, well, yeah, maybe you can start with this because we have some data about stat. What is that? It cannot be on Friday. But again, like you see, there are still many possibilities. Stat dash RM or RM dash stat. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday can be taken as stat dash RM or RM dash stat. Then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday can be taken as stat dash RM. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you cannot take it as RM dash stats, because if you take RM dash stats here, Friday would clash with stats, and we very well know that statistics is not done on Friday. So one possibility is ruled out. But then Thursday, Friday, Saturday can have stat-rm or rm-stat. Similarly, Friday, Saturday, Sunday will have both the possibilities. So again, too many possibilities, which is again true for the last point as well. If you look at off in economics, there are multiple possibilities. Like if you see the first point that we have here, OB versus OB followed by psychology and off followed by economics, there both are similar. We only know that these two have to come together, but the advantage in off followed by economics is that we know that off cannot be Monday. So at least one case is ruled out. You getting it? If you have to choose between OB psychology and off and economics, you should go for this one. Why so? At least one case is ruled out, that off cannot be on Monday, right? Anyway, anything that you choose has got multiple possibilities, but the best one I would say is off economics. So let's start this. So off cannot be on Monday. Can off be on Tuesday? Yes, possible. So what happens? Let's say off comes on Tuesday, economics come on Wednesday. Now all you have to verify is, can the other things be used here? Can the other points be adjusted in this particular format? See what happens. See, you know that OB and psychology will need 2 days, consecutive 2 days. So they cannot come on Monday. OB and psychology have to come either on Thursday, Friday, or Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday. Let us assume they come on Thursday, Friday. Just an example, assumption that they come on Thursday and Friday. Now the problem is, you also know that stat-rm would need 3 consecutive places. I mean, stat-rm is like 3 consecutive days. So where are those 3 consecutive days? Not available anywhere, because we have 2 days on this side and 1 day is Monday. Irrespective of where you take OB and psychology. OB and psychology can come on Friday and Saturday as well. Even in that case, you don't have 3 consecutive days available. Even if you take it on Saturday and Sunday, we don't have 3 consecutive days available for stat-rm. So which means off cannot come on Tuesday. You're able to follow? We started with an assumption that off is on Tuesday. If off is on Tuesday, economics would be on Wednesday. But then you cannot adjust the name. See, all that we know here is we need 2 consecutive positions for OB psychology, we need 3 consecutive positions for this, and we need 2 consecutive positions for this. So keeping that in mind, when I take Tuesday and Wednesday for off and economics, other things will get disturbed. So off cannot be on Tuesday. So off on Tuesday is ruled out. What's the other possibility? So this is wrong. Case number 1 that we have tried is wrong. Case 2, let's try case 2. In case 2, let's take off on Wednesday. If you take off on Wednesday, what happens? Economics would come on Thursday. Economics would come on Thursday. Now if you see, we have 2 consecutive places, Monday, Tuesday here, and 3 consecutive places, Friday, Saturday, Sunday here. We have already learned that 2 consecutive places are needed for OB and psychology. So definitely OB and psychology would come here. And obviously stat-rm has to come here. But can you take stat-rm? No, because stats is not allowed on Friday. So it should be rm-stat. If you take rm-stat, what is left out? Only computer science is left out, the last subject. And it has to come on Saturday. But the instructions clearly tell us that computer science cannot come on Saturday. You're able to follow? Computer science is not allowed on Saturday. So which means taking off on Wednesday also fails at some other point, which is that computer science cannot come on Saturday. So second case is also wrong. Look at third case. I mean, I'm saying that I'm explaining this to you, so it looks a little lengthy, but when you do it yourself, it can be done much quickly. So we are trying with off basically. Off cannot be on Monday, very clearly given. Tuesday and Thursday is ruled out. Let's try off on Thursday. So off here and economics here. Again, like what we have seen in the previous case, 2 consecutive positions available here, 3 consecutive positions available here. You can take OB psychology here. But what happens? If you take these stats-rm here, either ways, stat-rm or rm-stat, what should come in the middle? Computer science, which means computer science would fall on Tuesday, but it is not allowed. You know that computer science cannot come on Tuesday. You're able to follow? By taking this way, OB and psychology would come here, stat-rm would come here, or rm-stat. But anyway, that dash has to be CS, but CS is not allowed on Tuesday. So third case also is wrong. Look at fourth case. See, you can verify a lot of stuff mentally. You don't have to write everything on paper. I am putting it here on the screen so that you can understand what I'm thinking, right? If you already know that, it becomes a lot easier. Let's try Friday, Saturday. See, the problem in Friday, Saturday, I mean, if you take off on Friday and economics on Saturday, is what we had faced in case number 1. See, case number 1 and case number 4, that way are similar. What happened in case 1? We have 1 individual place here and 4 consecutive places. But that will not help us adjust the remaining 2, right? Same thing happened here. One individual place is Sunday, and then there are 4 consecutive positions. You need 2 consecutive positions in one place and 3 consecutive positions in the other place. So that possibility is ruled out here. So fourth case anyway is wrong. And the last case is that off comes on Saturday and what is that? Economics comes on Sunday. Done. Now there is no choice. It has to be correct. Case number 5 has to be correct. If case number 5 also fails, means we have done something wrong in 1, 2, 3 or 4. Anyway, let's fix off and economics on Saturday and Sunday. Now try out. What are the other things we know? We know that OB and psychology have to be together. So what are the possibilities? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 5 dashes. See, the problem is if you take OB and psychology on Thursday and Friday, these 3 are left out for stat-rm. Now the problem in taking stat-rm here is the dash would be taken up by CS, but CS cannot come on Tuesday. So stat-rm cannot come here. Again, remember, out of these 5 consecutive positions that we have, 2 should be taken in one way and 3 should be the other one. There are only 2 ways now. Either take 1, 2 as 2 consecutive positions, 3, 4, 5 as the other 2 consecutive positions, or take 1, 2, 3 as 3 consecutive positions. Take 1, 2, 3 as 3 consecutive positions and 4 and 5 as the 2 consecutive positions. So we have already tried this set. This way what happens, if you break it up this way, OB and psychology would come here. These 3 have to be taken up by stat-rm, and in this dash CS falls, which will go against the given data. So clearly we have to take OB and psychology in the first 2 positions. So OB comes here, psychology comes here. Now what are the possibilities? Stat-rm or rm-stat. If we take rm-stat, stats would collide on Friday, which is not allowed. So it has to be stat-rm. And what would come in this gap? CS, which is not against any of the rules given there. So this completes the arrangement and the final output would look like this. Right? So from Monday to Sunday, the sequence is organizational behavior, psychology, statistics, computer science, research methods. Then there is an off day, and lastly we have economics.